Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. So today we're checking out some more cases for the iPhone 16 series, and in my case in particular the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So these have kindly been sent out to me by Pitaka. So Pitaka saw some of my recent case videos for the 16 series and they reached out asking if I wanted to check out a couple of their cases. So we do have two separate cases from them. So we have the military grade protective case for the 16 Pro Max, and it has this multicolored sort of finish on the actual case, and then we also have their ultra slim case for the 16 Pro Max as well, and these ones are made with woven aramid fiber. They also sent out a couple of their ring holders, and these attach using MagSafe and give you a little bit of extra functionality. So it works as a tripod and it also works as a holder for the actual phone itself. Okay, so first thing we'll do is we'll take a look at this one. So taking it out of the actual packaging, so we do have some information in terms of how to remove it. So it says hold the corners of the sides where the volume buttons are located, push towards force, remove the case. And we do have two inserts. Okay, so in terms of the case itself, let's take a look around. So we have some metallic buttons. I think they are metal. They could be plastic, but they do have a sort of metallic. In fact, they've got a rubberized finish on them. The case itself is, as described, aramid fiber. You do have a very slim opening for the capture button. So that does actually wrap around, and this isn't as wide as some of the cases that I've checked out on the channel so far. You have some open access to your microphone as well as your speaker holes, and then a wide opening for the USB-C connection. And yeah, same thing with the power button as well. You've got sort of rubberized coating on that metallic look, so even though it looks metal, it actually feels kind of rubberized. On the inside you can see they've got some sort of perforated little holes. I'm guessing that's going to help with dissipation of energy should you drop the phone. Taking a look on the inside, this, even though it looks like microfiber or Alcantara, it's not. It's almost like a felt material, and they've got some extra, I'm not sure if that's some extra magnets that they can use with their own accessories, but you have your normal MagSafe ring and locator magnet just there. Okay, so something that I just wanted to add in was, I did mention this little portion in the unboxing video, and I have actually found out what that is. So this is actually a NFC tag. If you have AirDrop on or enabled on your phone and you bring your phone next to it, you probably do need to have your phone unlocked for this. So if you bring it next to it, it will actually take you straight to the Pitaka website, and here you can actually register the product and get any of the benefits that you get with obviously having a registered and genuine product directly from Pitaka. So just wanted to add this little section just so then you know what that extra little bit is. So it's basically just an NFC tag in there, which makes it a lot easier for you to be able to register your cases. And then you've got all of your details there. So Mag Easy Case Pro 4, and this is the Moonrise color, and this for the 16 Pro Max. Okay, so first impressions is, even though this isn't a slim case, it is actually quite slim in comparison to some of the cases that I've actually checked out. In terms of your cutout, you can see just there, it's more towards the back side than it is on the front, and I'm guessing that's mainly because obviously if you make this any thinner, then you end up with that issue where this becomes quite flimsy over time. The openings at the bottom, as you can see, very accurate. Buttons wise, yeah, decent tactile click, and that rubberized coating actually helps quite a bit in terms of just getting grip on each individual button as well. So that's something I've not seen on any other cases so far, but I am liking that. In terms of the ring, I was just wondering whether that's this same material. It is similar, but it's not quite as rubberized as these ones are. So on the inside, yeah, so it's more on the inside. The outside bit, you can see just there, it's more a sort of matte color matching these side corners. Now, one thing to note is with this case, there's not a lot of lay on the table design. So I have a screen protector installed, and it's just below the level of the screen protector, which is strange considering this is their bulkier case, but it does mean it's a lot more compact for those who don't like increasing the footprint of the phone too much. Once we've got that case on, we may as well take a look at the matching ring holder. So that is the packaging. You have the ring holder itself and nothing else. So you can see the back of this is sort of rubberized. You do have a little bit of the Moonrise color, which is the matching color for that particular case. You have the ring holder which opens up in two different ways. Now, one thing I already like about this is you don't have any sharp edges on this, unlike a lot of other cases that I've tested down the years, where whenever they have one of these type of hinges that pop out, this edge is always really sharp. So even though you can use it as a sort of holder, they tend to dig into your hand quite a bit, whereas with this, as you can see, it snaps on, and because obviously you can rotate this around, you can then hold the phone very securely using that magnet, and it's not going anywhere. A really good job on this. Obviously, if you want it, if you've got OCD, then you're going to want it like that. And then you have a few options in terms of portrait as well as landscape, and then you can also swivel this down and have slightly different angles on that as well. Overall, that is a very nice case, as well as the addition of the ring holder on there as well, and it's still pretty compact in comparison to a lot of cases that I've tested. Okay, and getting it off isn't too hard. I always go from the bottom on the 16 Pro Max, and it comes off reasonably easy, so it's not as difficult to get off as some of the cases that I've tested either. Okay, so now coming on to the ultra slim case from Pitaka. This one is slightly different, where we do have a tear tab, and once we've opened that, I'm guessing this whole sleeve pops out. So a little bit of different branding. We care for our planet. Our 100% biodegradable packages save over 2,000 trees each year. That's nice to know. A little bit of branding information just there. Similar thing for removal instructions, and then you have the case itself. You actually have some stickers if you do want to actually increase the strength or the sort of fit of the phone, so you can stick them in certain locations in order to get it to stick a little bit better. First thing we'll do is take a look around the case. So this one is extremely thin. As you can see, this is like wafer thin. You have almost the exposed magnets. They are flush. You can't feel the individual magnets, but you can see them just there. Designed by Pitaka. This is just a black grey variant, and Mag Easy Case 6 is the version. In terms of your openings, everything is open. On this one, your cutout is quite square. A lot of other cases, they do tend to flare these. This one's just more square. A little bit of branding on the back just there, and then this whole side is open as well. Just in that top corner, I thought I noticed something, but no. So it does seem like you do have an extra little cutout on, yeah, so it is top and bottom, so it does cut down slightly, so then I'm guessing you're getting a little bit more exposure in terms of the phone itself. So there we have the case fitted. So yeah, very thin. You are getting some of the phone color showing through just on that top corner, and I'm guessing this is where they gave those extra stickers for, so then if you do want it to pull in and make it just a slightly thicker, because obviously over time this will loosen as you put it on, take it off, and I'm guessing that just adds that little extra bit of thickness that will keep it snug over time. Really nice access to all your buttons, your ports. Once again, everything's open. Your capture button, power button, and in terms of your camera bump, this actually looks slightly bigger, but that could just be because the case is so much thinner than the previous one. Overall, as most people would expect from a company like Pitaka, I've not worked with them before, but obviously down the years everybody's heard of the sort of quality level of Pitaka cases, and they've kind of been the gold standard for cases of this type, the aramid fiber or Kevlar material type cases. And yeah, not disappointed at all with my first experience of Pitaka. And what we'll also do is take a look at the ring holder for this case. Similar setup, so just very simple packaging and very similar setup as well. So it's only this top section that you get a variant in terms of the color. Everything else is exactly the same, so it is nice rounded edges on this, so it's nice and soft. It's not going to dig in and leave a mark on your hand over time. And just testing how strong this is, there we go. So as you can see, that is not going anywhere. You can hold this in a variety of different ways. That's probably the best way of doing it, so then you've got a good grip on the actual phone itself, and yeah, that makes it a lot more sturdy when you're using a case this thin. And obviously the screen, you can always put a screen protector on it, but if you do drop it and you damage any of the other areas, you're going to be left with a mark. So that's where something like this comes in really handy. And once again, just showing the functionality of it. So you do have your portrait setup as well as your landscape setup as well, and obviously with this being on a hinge, you can change the angle of that quite a bit as well as folding this one in, and that changes it even more extremely. Okay, so that's my first experience of working with Pitaka, and I'm really impressed with the cases that they've actually sent out. This one's actually a lot smaller than I was expecting. I was thinking it'd be like a lot of the other ones I've tested, where this section will stick out a lot more. It is effectively their bulkier case, and I was expecting it to be a lot more bulkier around the phone itself, but it is still very slim and doesn't increase the footprint of the phone that much. And this one, as with most really slim cases, it's as slim as you can go without going with the skin, because you're not really getting much thinner than that without having zero protection. Magnet's still very strong, And yeah, the extra functionality of the ring holder is something that I probably would recommend everybody gets at least one. And if you go for something neutral like this, you can just use it with all of your cases anyway. And same thing, you can actually mix and match if you want to get a different kind of look for each one of these cases as well. As always, I will have links in the description below. If you haven't already done so, please do subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos. And I really appreciate if you can also give this video a thumbs up as well. And until the next one, thanks very much for watching.